Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and welcome to the Google Hangout for December's featured program. We have Little Sisters Fund with us, and joining us we have Catherine, Project Manager and Communications Director.
Hello. Thanks for making time today.
Thanks for joining us. We also have Trevor, the co-founder and Executive Director.
Hello, everyone. Again, thank you for having us.
And then last but not least, we have Sapana, a former student and a little sister who's now at Shenandoah University here in the United States.
Hello, thank you so much for everything.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to have Sapana share her story with us about becoming a little sister, and then Trevor's going to give us a brief overview of the program, and we'll ask a couple of questions. So right now, we'll go ahead and hand it over to Sapana, and we would love for you to tell everyone your story. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Right now, I'm having my further study in United States in public health, minoring environmental science. But before that, I'm a little sister from Little Sister Fund. I'm so happy all the opportunities Little Sister Fund have provided me. And even this opportunity coming here at United States and getting the education is from Little Sister Fund with full scholarship. But all my story starts from Little Sister Fund. I was a little girl when I joined the Little Sister Fund. My parents died. My father died when I was 11 years old, and my mother died when I was 4 years old. But I was always willing to go to school, and but my family was from a poor background. They were very poor that they didn't send me to school. I always used to see people going to school around my neighborhood, and I asked my parents if I can go to school, but they were like, next year. Then there were two schools around my neighborhood. They were government schools. I went there. I see the kids reading. I was just looking from outside the window. How do they study, and all the colorful books and the teachers and everybody. Then again, I went back to my father and asked him, like, can I go to school as other kids? Because they go to school, they get education, they read the beautiful books, they get the knowledge. And my father was like, well, I hardly can afford you the food, the clothing, and everything. I can't send you to school because we don't have money. Then I was looking for the opportunities everywhere. I was trying to get education no matter how. Then one lady found me. She took me to her home and she told me that I can put you in school if you work for me. And I worked for her like for three years. She put me in a small school where they had only up to grade 5. It was also a government school. And then suddenly then my father died when I was in 4th grade. I started from grade 1. Then I had to come back to my sisters to take care of them because we are only 3. My little sister, my big sister, and I'm the middle one. Then we started working in a woolen factory. Plus, my big sister started working with somebody's house as a house cleaner and dishwasher. Then the life was on and on. Then Little Sister Fund came to my school one time asking if somebody needs help for their education. My teachers recommended me because I was a good student. I was the excellent one in my school. Then they interviewed me asking if I want to go to school and if they help me how long I want to go, how up to when I want to study. Then I was like really happy. I said yes, I will work hard, study hard. I'll be a good girl if you support me. Then I didn't have my parents, and at that time I was like growing up. I had no idea what is happening with my life. Then I saw Usha Didi, which is a co-founder for Little Sister Fund. She was the mother for me. She told me all the moral values a girl needs in her life. If I would not have supported by Little Sister Fund, then I would end up maybe like trafficked by somebody else's, or like being married and having kids, or like I just can't imagine my life would be like somewhere else's right now. But they started supporting me. I started going to school in the same government school because that was my dream school. I used to look from the window. Then after my SLC, I went high school in Noble Academy. That was my neighbors were like, how did you do it? How can you go, like, you're such a poor small girl, how can you go to such a nice school? Then I worked hard. After that, all the hard work, I got a scholarship to come here in the United States because of Little Sister Fund. And plus, I would say I'm a good mentor right now. I'm FYS mentor, and all the mentorship qualities I have got is from Little Sister Fund. It's been just like 2.5 years I'm here, but I have learned a lot and got everything from Little Sister Fund.
That's great. Really appreciate you sharing that with us. That's a really powerful story. Thank you. Trevor, we'll go ahead and transition it to you so that you can tell us a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes besides this lovely little girl got a wonderful scholarship to a program. You can tell us how all that happens and about your work. That would be great, and then we'll do a couple of questions.
So again, thank you for having me, and just like to go through a number of things that we do at the Little Sisters Fund. So the status of girls in Nepal, in rural areas, 7 out of 10 girls drop out of school before the age of 16, and between 10 and 15,000 girls each year are trafficked annually for the sex trade, which makes Nepal the largest per capita offender of the trafficking of girls worldwide. Other statistics, 2 out of 5 girls are married before the age of 18 in rural areas, and generally have children by the age of 18 as well, and 30% of girls engage in child labor, as you heard Sapana's firsthand account of her working as a young girl. This is a picture of our team in Nepal, and it shows our growth. So we started with the education of 1 girl back in 1998, and today we've got a little over 1,900 girls in 20 different districts of Nepal. And interestingly, that first girl, her name is Bindya, she is now a nurse at one of the best hospitals in Nepal, and she makes more money in a month than her father made in a year. And so it shows the true power of female education and what educational opportunity can do. So thanks to Dining for Women, we currently work in 20 districts in Nepal, and the 2 red districts that you see down there, those are the districts of Banke and Dong, and they're border states with India, and because of that, they've got high exposure to trafficking and also to child labor and actually to slavery as well, with the Kumalari girls. And so as you can see, we work largely through the center part of Nepal, but Dining for Women is going to allow us to work out a little bit further away and to help girls. And Dining for Women has said that they'll help for 2 years to support the education of 100 girls for 2 years. And after that, the Little Sisters Fund will continue and make sure that those girls have the opportunity to go to school for the remaining time of their education. The holistic approach of the Little Sisters Fund, we look at safety through education, and then education quality, mentoring, community support, and health are vitally important components to what we do. And then if you extend that out over the long-term approach, you can take a girl who's in 1st grade. What's the difference between a girl who's in 1st grade and a girl who's in 2nd grade? Not a lot, but the difference between a girl in 1st grade and 12th grade, for instance, is a tremendous difference. And so our goal is to eventually have empowerment, independence, and leadership to foster these things through education, through mentoring, through health, and community support. It's interesting to note that leader after leader, these are some of the most informed people in the world, they come to the same conclusion over and over again, and that is that female education is the most powerful tool for development and for empowerment in the world. There's really, you'll hear people say there's no silver bullet, there's no one size fits all, but with female education, if there were a silver bullet, it would be female education. And the reasons for that, I'll let you read through these. This is what happens when you educate women. You have massive change within society. And in addition to women investing in their families and lower rates of child marriage and better child health care and higher educated children and economic growth, smaller families, and that they educate both their boys and girls, you've got just a plethora of other things that happen with educated women. Lower rates of domestic violence, lower rates of STDs, lower impact on the environment because fewer children are being born. It's really, female education is an incredibly powerful tool to combat almost every hardship that we face on the planet. The impact of our work, as you can see in Nepal, only about 40% of kids pass a school leaving certificate exam, which is administered at the end of 10th grade. The Little Sisters Fund, our rate of passing is at 99%. Our year-on-year continuation rate is over 98%. We've trained over 250 teachers on an annual basis, which impacts thousands and thousands of students. And then our girls, over 95% of them go on to continue their education even after 12th grade, which is where Little Sisters Fund support ends. And so you can see the power of an education for a woman and how big of a difference that can make in somebody's life. So with that, I would love to open up to any questions, and if anyone has any personal questions, you're welcome to reach out to Catherine or to me personally, or visit our website. But again, we thank you for your time, and we'd love to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Really appreciate it. That's a nice presentation. I'm curious, I know that Dining for Women is supporting not only the scholarships and a couple of the school coordinators, but also one of the things that we were excited about was the counseling and awareness programs, as well as the preventative and emergency health care that you guys also support. Can you just tell us more about those and let us know why those are as important as scholarships?
Sure. That's a great question. Thank you. So people think of us as a scholarship program where we're educating 1,900 girls, but we're so much more than that. We've got 9 different programs that are all pillars that kind of support what we do. And you mentioned counseling and awareness raising and our preventative health care, as well as our teacher training, as well as a little microfinance program. All of these come together. And so I tell people that we provide education. And with education, we're able to secure safety. After education, what's even more important, I think, is the mentoring that comes along with it. The older girls mentoring the younger girls. Girls like Sapana mentoring girls in 1st and 2nd grade and helping them, because who knows better how to navigate the challenges of being a financially disadvantaged and at-risk girl in Nepal than a girl who just was in those shoes a few years ago, like Sapana. She knows the challenges facing girls in Nepal 1,000,000 times better than I could ever understand, because she has walked in those shoes and she has lived that life. And so the education through Dining for Women, yes, you're providing education, but you're also providing access to all of these other programs, which are so incredibly vital to the well-being and the development and the growth of the Little Sisters in the program.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I'm really glad that we're able to support all those things. That was one of the things when we were looking at the program that most impressed us. The other thing that we got really excited about, and that we all kept going back to, was the fact that the Little Sisters mentor each other, and the Little Sisters give back to each other, and so it creates this wonderful virtuous circle. And that's, I don't think we can ask for anything better than that with our money, to create a virtuous circle of giving back and increasing it as we go. And Sapana, I'm wondering if you can tell us what you're planning to do after you graduate from Shenandoah, and so what your plans are after that, and how you're going to keep giving back and growing this circle.
Well, I have seen like these, yeah, as Trevor I said, like I have walked with those shoes, and I have faced a lot of problems as the girls in Nepal too. But yeah, I obviously want to go back and work with those issues. I'm right now in the public health program, so I want to work with the organizations who are working in Nepal to eliminate these issues. Plus, I think, well, I'm already supporting a girl. Her name is Sarita Tamang. So if I started supporting more and more the next year and the next year as I go up and up and up, that will help also. But I will definitely want to go back and work with the people in Nepal, plus Little Sister Fund and everybody.
Piggybacking on what Sapana just said, if I can, um, I was given an education, and that's largely where the Little Sisters Fund came from for me, is that a guy helped me go to school, and I wanted to help someone else. And so I found this opportunity to help this girl, Bindia, and then that has grown into where we're supporting the 1,900 girls on scholarship now. But we don't ask for anything in return from the girls except this. We ask that each of the girls in return pays it forward by educating at least one other girl. And it doesn't have to happen immediately when they graduate, but sometime down the road. And we're seeing our girls now starting to educate other girls and paying it forward and making a difference in society. And I have no doubt that Sapana will make a huge difference in the lives of lots of little girls in the future. She's just that kind of person, and that makes it so incredibly powerful. The mentoring of the older girls, helping the younger girls, and then eventually helping to make sure that the younger girls have that opportunity to go to school as they had an opportunity to go to school.
Thanks, Trevor. I could ask y'all questions for hours, I'm pretty sure, but I know that we all have other things to do. So I think with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And thank you again for everything that y'all are doing, everything that you have done, and everything that you will do. Thank you. We sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you to all the members of Dining for Women.